Hi guys, welcome back to online DSS class. In the previous class we discussed about a problem on channel section purlin, that is lecture 3 part 1. Now in this lecture 3 part 2, we are going to discuss a problem on angle section purlin. Without wasting time, I am going to explain about today's lecture. So coming to angle section purlin, yesterday we discussed about channel section purlin, a problem on channel section purlin. Now coming to angle section purlin, see here, in angle section purlin, wind load and dead load are normal to the roof trusses. Wind load and dead load. So this is the point we should remember. Coming to step 1, based on previous data, dead load he has given. Based on sheeting load, we have to consider 2 times the sheeting load, 400 Newton per meter. We assumed dead load for purlin 100 Newton per meter. Total dead load is equal to 500 Newton per meter, same as we discussed in the previous lecture. Coming to total normal load, wind load is equal to total normal load is equal to wind load plus dead load. Wind load, as we know, 3000 plus dead load is equal to 500. Total 3500 Newton per meter. So these values we have taken from given data as we discussed in the yesterday class. So these are the details. So same problem we are continuing in this lecture. In the previous lecture we solved the problem on channel section purlin. Just see here, this is the given data, same given data we are proceeding. The part 1 we discussed channel section purlin. In this lecture, this is part 2, we are going to solve the problem for angle section purlin. He has given 1.5 kilonewton per meter wind pressure. Based on that we got 3000 Newton per meter square wind pressure. So based on these values we calculated here. So these are the load calculations. This is step 1. Coming to step 2, here we are not calculating load along the UU axis, only VV axis we are calculating load. Why? Because it is a angle section. For this angle section we are calculating only normal load. Normal load is required for angle section. Okay, so this is very important. That is the difference between channel section and angle section. Channel section, I section both are having a load along UU axis and VV axis. Biaxial bending will be there, but for angle section only one bending will be there, that is along UU axis. For that reason we calculated only dead load along VV axis opposite. Coming to step 2, so after calculation of load, step 2 is determine maximum bending moment. How to calculate maximum bending moment? WL square by 10. Okay, so here W is 3500, L is 3 square by 10, 3150 Newton meter. This is step 2. Coming to step 3, after calculating maximum bending moment, in the lecture 2 we discussed about how to calculate modulus of section for angle section, that is Z is equal to M by sigma. Here in the place of sigma we are considering capital sigma is equal to 1.33 times bending stress. So that therefore Z is equal to M by 1.33 sigma B. here sigma b is equal to 0.66 into Fy, that is equal to 165 Newton per mm square. Finally we will get Z value. Z is equal to capital M value. Already we got the capital M value, capital M by 1.33 times 165, we got 14354.06 mm cube. This is about bending stress calculation. After calculating bending stress, just see here. So this is the bending stress in terms of mm cube, 14354.06 mm cube. Now in terms of centimeter cube, that value is 14.354 centimeter cube, because in IS, that is the steel table in handbook number 1, all the values are available in centimeters. For that reason I converted into this section modulus value, converted into centimeter cube, 14.354 centimeter cube. Based on this, after calculating, this is required section modulus, actual required section modulus. Based on this only, we have to compare whether it can resist the bending or not bending. But in the previous lecture for channel section, based on this we have selected a section from steel table, but this is in this angle section problem, this value to cross check the bending. Now coming to step 4, for angle section, if you want to decide length of the angle section or width of the angle section, these are the conditions already we discussed in the procedure. Assume depth of angle section L by 45, assume width of angle section L by 60. These are the conditions already we discussed, and also you can see this problem in SK Duggal 3rd edition textbook. Now coming to depth of the angle section, L is 3545, you got 66.67 mm. Always we know that when depth is more, that bending stresses will be less. For that reason I am increasing this value, that is approximately 80 mm. Required is 66.67 mm. For that reason I am taking 80 mm. Now coming to width of the angle section, 3000 by 60, that is equal to 50 mm. Therefore triangle section with 80 mm depth and 50 mm width. Now we have to see in handbook, that is steel table. From steel table, for 80 mm by 50 mm by 10 mm angle section, our required value will be there, that is we got 14.354 centimeter cube. For based on this value, now we have to select from the steel table. From that steel table, 80 mm and 50 mm should be common. After that, for which value, for which thickness of the angle section our required value is satisfying, for based on that we have to select. Now I have taken ZXX, that is equal to ZUU is equal to 14400 mm cube, that is equal to 14.4 centimeter cube. So this value is greater than 14354, that is 14.35. This is 14.4, this is 14.3 mm cube. Now as per bending, based on the section modulus, now this value is satisfying. Now our next requirement is coming to sigma b calculation, calculated sigma b. After calculating the sigma b, this value should be less than our value, that is now sigma b is equal to, from this formula, sigma b is equal to m by 1.33 times z. Now coming to sigma b is equal to 3150 into 10 power 3 by 1.33 into 14,400 in terms of mm cube. Based on this value I am proceeding now, because whether that provided section 80 mm by 50 mm by 10 mm angle section is suitable to resist all these loads or not along bending axis as well as bending stresses, we have to cross check based on this. Now coming to sigma b value, we got 164.47. now actual value we calculated sigma b value is 165 Newton per mm square actual load. Now the calculated value is 164.47. it is less than the 165 Newton per mm square. Then selected angle section 80 mm by 50 mm by 10 mm is safe. So this is very easy actually. Compared with the channel section, angle section problems are very easily you can solve. And one more point you should remember here, if you want to proceed with the deflections, you can proceed similarly how we solved in the unit 3, that is beams. For beams how we solve, and also classification of section, all those things. But the thing is, those are additional things, and for these beams, these are the junior beams. For junior beams, those are not required. Anyway, we are cross checking this section modulus as well as bending stress. Based on this, whether your selected angle section or channel section or I section safe or not, we can conclude it. Okay, so this is about lecture 3 part 2. So next, in the next class I will discuss problem on I section. These are about lecture 3 part 1 part 2. Now I am considering I section problem as lecture 4. Okay, so in the next class I will discuss problem on I section per line. Okay, thank you. This is about lecture 3 part 2.